UPMC reports more than 3,000 babies in the U.S. die suddenly and unexpectedly every year. Some of those tragedies are tied to where they're sleeping. October is SIDS Awareness Month, which is all about keeping babies safe and teaching parents the best sleep practices for our infants. So today we are talking with Dr. Gysella Muniz, UPMC's Regional Director of Quality Newborn Care and the Unit Director of the Birth Center at UPMC Magee Women's Hospital, Rebecca Lavezoli. Thank you both for being here today. And this is such an important topic. When we left the hospital with our babies, we thought, oh my goodness, we are leaving with no instruction manual and only the knowledge that we were given, during our pregnancies. So it's really important to kind of teach these practices to moms, to parents as they're leaving the hospital.
Absolutely. Education is such an important tool. It's our most important tool, and we want it to start as early as possible. We want to bring the education in the prenatal period and also in the perinatal period right after the baby's born. So parents can leave with the best advice and the best tools to implement once they go home.
And so you brought a little baby here with you today to kind of show us, one of the big things is when we put our baby to sleep, how are we putting them in their safe sleeping place, a crib? And you have a swaddle or a sleep sack?
This is Sammy, who helps teach us safe sleep to our team and to families. But it's all about reducing danger.
Right.
Safe sleep in a location that reduces danger, and it's ABCD. Babies should be alone, on their back, in a clean, clear crib, and away from danger. And we can talk about some of those. But one thing we do at UPMC Magee is we have an in-house program where our babies end up in a sleep sack swaddle, and then we also provide a different one to go home with families so that they can guarantee they have a safe swaddle.
And that is something to keep them warm at night and snuggled and feeling like they're still maybe in the womb, kind of tightly bundled up without using a blanket, which we know can be extremely dangerous in sleeping situations, especially for infants.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. We want to make sure that baby is warm enough, but not too warm. That's why the American Academy of Pediatrics launched new reviewed recommendations for safe sleep practices, right? Those are very important actions that are science proven to decrease the risk of sudden unexpected infant death. So it's very important that we want the baby to be not only on a safe position, but to avoid overheating. That's why they're recommending not to use a hat for sleep once they go home.
Right.
In the hospital, they wear the cute hats. They're still learning how to regulate their temperatures. At home, we don't want them wearing any hats. And we need to find ways to safely keep them warm, and this is a great way.
And so what would you say, because I know we had one out of our three that did not like to be swaddled at all. How do you even combat it, or do you just say, sorry babe, this is how you're sleeping tonight?
The more you practice, I always say it gets worse before it gets better.
Right.
Bath, changing diapers, and putting a swaddle on.
But as we can see in this situation, the baby's arms are tightly secured. They're able to stay warm through the evening, and we know that in this position they are less likely to roll. Is that right?
Correct. Developmentally speaking, most babies will start rolling at about 3 to 4 months, and that's where the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that if you don't need to swaddle anymore. If the baby likes it and keep it, good. But if not, then the baby can be free. There's good products too, where there could be swaddles where those that they look like flying squirrels. I don't know if you've ever seen them. Things like that that are safe, and other products that might not be that safe or science vetted, right? Because we were saying the recommendations they need to be science vetted, and some of those, like weighted blanket, for example, could pose a danger. We don't know it.
Yeah. Something like this too. You brought a little crib yard. I don't know. Cribette. This is clear. I think that there's so much misinformation because of some of the products that are available to purchase, like some of the bedding that is available for infants, for babies, for nurseries. So something like this, there's nothing in there, and we're laying the baby flat on its back when we're putting him to sleep, right?
Right. Truly, less is more.
Right.
You will see fluffy blankets, the bumper aspects for the crib. They come packaged together. It sounds in theory like a great gift.
And it looks beautiful, it looks pretty, but it's not necessarily the safest.
Less is more.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Locally in Allegheny County, we've had 18 total infant deaths. Those are deaths on babies less than 12 months of age.
Wow.
Of those 18, 13 were due to sudden unexpected infant death syndrome related to unsafe sleep conditions. So it still happens in our community, unfortunately, and this is why education is such an important tool to try to prevent these deaths.
Well, thank you both for coming on and talking to us a little bit about this today. Hopefully it got the word out to some people out there and about the safety practices we should all be doing.
Absolutely. Our pleasure.
Thank you. And for more information about UPMC and SIDS and safe sleep practices, you can head to our website at kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.